Hi, it's Wasabi, welcome back to the channel. Today's battle's on the Malinovka map and we've got Kirjiel from Fiddy Clan in the Emill-2, the tier 9 Swedish heavy tank, and his platoon with Mini Jenny in the Waffenträger Alpenpanzer 4. It's bottom tier in this game, it's tier 9 to tier 10, each side's got 5 tier 10s, or 6 actually, and 2 RDs. So 2 RDs in the game, one on each side. Right, he's heading to the hill, so let's just skip forward a little bit just to help him get up faster. And here we are. The enemy didn't reach the top of the hill, or if they did, they fell back as the enemy team, Kirjiel's team got up there. Now, doesn't want to face any of those tanks head on, even though it's in the ML2, which is the precursor to the Kranwagen. You see that very nice sloped frontal armour, good gun depression, and the 3-shot autoloaders are very similar to the Kranwagen, but obviously just lesser capability. But he's coming down this lower position here, completely unchallenged, and this 705A is a bit isolated from the rest of his team. Kirjiel should be able to get some side shots here without exposing himself to the other team. So here we go, 1 goes in, he looks around just to make sure. 2 bounces the incoming round from the 705 and puts the 3rd shot in and tracks him. And then takes some hint from Artie that he's in the wrong spot. But interestingly, he's already picked up 1600 spotting damage here. It's going to be an interesting game. He's actually a little bit further out in front than the rest of his team. In fact, there goes 705A. And he's got a few tanks there. Chieftain, he doesn't want to see the front of a VK 4502 that he can go through the commander's hatch, but there's a very slim one. So he survives 2 shots there already and not connected. A retreating E3 is not likely to go through. And a 4005, which he's actually picked up some spotting damage on, but his round went astray. Here comes Renati again, but luckily this time not going for Kirjiel. So that's it's already doubled his spotting damage to 3.2k. So it's going to be an interesting game here. Pretty much scouting for the rest of his team off the hill. There's the T-54E1, he can definitely penetrate that. It's tier 9 now, a heavy tank, used to be a medium, but it was a bit of a heavium. Managed to get 2 shots out of his clip there. So it just takes him up 2k direct damage, but his assist damage is creeping up there. And again, just peeking a little bit to tempt the chieftain to come out. But the enemy arty finds him and punishes him even harder than the first time. So doesn't really want to take a whole lot more of that if you can help it. But there you go. Potentially shot on the VK. No, it doesn't go down. You can see the sloped top of the turret on the VK. Very much ricochet material. And even though he's switched to heat rounds, he's not going through that. And luckily Artie this time misses him, but tracks him, but he can afford to. He's not in any danger here. And drives forward while his crew's getting unstunned, making use of the time, which is definitely a good idea. And he's still got these hull down tanks that he doesn't want to mess with. I'm surprised that Chieftain's not trying to fire at him. Maybe he's conserving his ammunition, who knows. But he finally goes through the commander's hatch on the VK. As you can see, the nice big hole there, and makes a 2nd shot into him. So it's brought him up to 3k damage. And there goes the RD again. Luckily he pulled back in time. His team making some inroads here. It's a little early in the game, but they're 2 tanks up and they've got what appears to be a fairly significant hit point advantage here, mostly taken out of these tanks on the hill. He's just had a side shot on the turret of the Chieftain there, could probably take him out. Unfortunately, the Chieftain's jigging backwards and forwards, and Kirjiel's aim is getting disrupted as a result. Looking for going through the front of that VK, but no need to now, and he picks up some additional spotting damage. Just a fraction under 6k of spotting. And there's the RD again. Now, this RD is taking big chunks out of him, so really doesn't want to get any more of that at all. Right, he's still got 600 hit points left. He can take a direct hit from the Chieftain, but there's some bigger tank guns down there, the FV4005 and the E3, both of which would obliterate him if he got caught out. So just has to be very careful here. It might be time to get off the hill. Spotted there, probably from the Chieftain, pulls back in time, which is lucky, and picks up some more assisted damage. That Chieftain would be very much one-shottable. Not that he wasn't before, but Kirjiel needs to basically get into position here. Now, the FV4005 gets taken out, as does the Chieftain, in pretty quick succession. And there's the Concept 1B, does get a hit into him. Concept 1B was on top of the hill before and all the way back, so it's surprising for a hold-down tank that he didn't make more use of that position, but he's probably feeling pretty sorry for himself now. Kirjiel's team in a very dominant position there, 4 guns up and a significant hit point advantage. But he's probably done as much as he can in terms of advancing towards the forest. This is not a mobile medium tank at all. In fact, there's no light tanks in the game whatsoever, so only got the Caro 45T and the T54 on his side. And the Caro is right next to him actually. We just oh, there we go. Now we can see why he's not pushing up. He's fairly low on hit points himself. Now the Caro 45T, if you're not familiar with that, that was the reward tank for last year's campaign. Not a great reward, unfortunately, but reward nonetheless. But we didn't see it in this year's campaign, or if we did, it's certainly not going to get as much prominence as the Chieftain, which got returned to the campaign rewards. So this is not a Clan Wars game, so we shall put that aside. Anyway, he's got his platoon mate next to him there. Suffered a little bit of damage, but hopefully he's put some out himself. But Kirj waiting really for someone to make a move down at the forest. Now it looks like the tanks are coming down off the hill. He's got the YAG target to his right. There's an Object 268V5. Now if they all move together, there's a good chance that at least some of them will survive. It's good theory. But again, you know, some big guns there. There's the VOC-B, who hasn't been seen yet. It's T110E3, who we have seen, but he's still fairly full health from what I recall. And in fact, there we go, E3's been spotted. He's not completely full health, but just looking for a shot on him, but no, he's down below terrain. You can see he's right down on the edge of the water, so he's probably ducked completely down there, so not a target. But the flip side of that, he may not be facing back this way. The Concept 1B is there somewhere. Well, you think the YAG target might have spotted him there. The YAG target's moved into the forest, and everyone's moving down, which is good. Now they've spotted some more. There's a 430U down there. Hasn't quite got a shot on him. That one didn't even hit, I don't think. You've got to recall the size of the tank you're aiming at. You're not always going to get it on target. But that one hit but didn't penetrate. In fact, the 1B's been taken out, and that was Jumpy, who you sometimes see on this channel. So probably not having a good day in that Concept 1B. So just a waiting game here. T54 has been spotted. Just getting that aim in, gets a nice shot in, and he gets taken out. So nearly 4k of damage there from Kirjiel. And this time his assisted damage hasn't really changed, but 6.1 is pretty impressive. It's more than he's managed to do in his own damage there. Now there's the arty, but no shot, but it doesn't matter, he's dead. So the enemy just collapsing now. Not really surprising, they've just retreated in the forest and they've got no real position to defend from. Kirjiel holding his shot there on the E3, but deciding to go for the 430U instead. But it hits and bounces, but he finally gets the kill. So just down now to the VOC-B and the E3. The Caro finally moving in, deciding It's his chance to get some damage. I haven't seen the Bok B. There's the E3. Oh, there's the Bok B finally. Could Kirj get some damage? Yes, he does. Gets the kill? No, he doesn't. Caro drives out sideways in front of the E3. Is he going to do it one more time? Yes, he does, and he pays the price. Well, that's a pretty bad luck. The E3 goes down. That's the end of the game. And we're looking at a fairly massive combined damage over 10k. Let's go and have a look at the detail. Alright, well, I've got some interesting results here. Patrol duty medal, don't often see that in a heavy tank, but yeah, circumstances brought that out. Ended up with 5k of damage, so we must have got at least one blind shot in there. Only got the one kill, but that's okay. He had a big influence on the game. But here you go, 6.5k in the end of assisted damage, and he managed to block 1400 incoming damage there. And as part of that, he's earned an Ace Tanker Mastery Badge, which is very nice. So let's have a look how that stacked up. 1477 base experience. The Caro actually did pretty well there, so I was maligning the player for moving out sideways, but he managed to do 6k, which I'm pretty impressed by. So that's very good. WZ114 did 4.4k. That's not an easy tank to get a lot of damage in, so that's also a good result there. And on the enemy team, the enemy chieftain put up the best fight and got the most out of that, so it must have got some assisted damage there, but the E3 did over 5k, so definitely played his part. And even Jumpy came in the top 3 there, so we won't criticise him for falling back like that. And in any case, the economics of it, 27 shots fired, 20 connected, so there were a few blind shots there, of course, 12 penetrations, so yeah, we saw quite a few bounces off those hard frontal armors. Did have some payments coming in, which is nice, and ended up making quite a decent profit there, so 83k, which you just won't sneeze at. So a great game there from Kirjiel. He also had an excellent campaign. I think he might have finished as our second best player in the clan, so I'm pretty sure, something like that. And we'd like to see his gameplay. If you like the video, however, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please consider doing that. If you didn't like anything, please leave a comment. We'd certainly like to get some feedback on whether we need to make any changes. We'll have more great content to follow, and thanks for watching.